Hello everybody, this is my Kibler Colonial rifle kit. I have been waiting patiently for a couple of days to actually take the top off of this. It has not been opened yet. The actual opening of this will happen on video. First let me say I'm not a YouTuber and I don't really even want to be one, but I do like to document stuff that I build. I generally do that with photography, and this time I thought I'd do it on video. Who knows, maybe someday my grandkids will enjoy watching the crazy old grandfather build something. I have been waiting for a couple of days to open this, which has been really difficult. I feel like a kid at Christmas. But I've had some other things going on. I need to clear off a little bit of workbench space. This thing's over 64 inches long. So here we go. This is actually me opening the crate for the first time. Quite a beautiful crate it is. Lots of screws. Alright, that is all the screws. Now if you've ordered one of these kits, you know it takes a little while to get one. It took me about 10 weeks. In that time I've watched every YouTube video of everybody making one of these. Jim Kibler has a series of videos actually showing you how to assemble the kits, and I've watched that series 3 or 4 times. But maybe that's part of the reason I'm doing this as well, is to give other people some fodder to watch while they wait for their kits. So here we go. Big breath. Ta-da! Alright, what have we got here? Obviously the barrel, stock, ramrod, miscellaneous components. I ordered a few extra flints. I know that's what they threw in here as well. Alright. Well, here is inside the crate. I'm going to shut the video off for a while and I will unpack things and get back to you. Alright, well, I loosened everything up from inside the crate. Let's talk a little bit about what came with. Obviously there's a barrel. I went with a 54 caliber option, and something that's changed a little bit since they did their video for doing the assembly work is the liner has actually already been put into the barrel. So on the bottom it's marked Kibler GM 54 caliber 170 twist. The barrel tenons are actually not slid in and dovetails. These are actually billet machined into the barrel, it looks like. So that's, to my eyes, looks like a pretty nice piece of kit. Very little machining marks on it. Draw filing this to where it's ready for assembly won't take much at all. This is not a machine finish. It's actually, it looks like it's been ground. Which is interesting because it's a swamped barrel, so that actually takes a fairly complex piece of programming to do that, I would imagine. Everything was packed in the case very, very well. I took out some of the foam blocking to make it easier to get stuff in and out. The stock, of course, is one of the first things people look at. I upgraded to a premium stock that would appear to be almost, well, I don't know almost about it. There's pretty much curl all the way along the length of the stock. Pretty smooth finish. Lots of little fuzzies here and there, but that's part of the process of fitting it in. Looks pretty good. Well, it looks really good, to be honest. Ramrod, adds a stick. Patch box. So I went with the patch box option. The Colonial kit comes with the wooden patch box lid, completely inletted for the spring. This, I'm assuming, is the lock. Aha! Wow. Actually really good finish on this. I love the little detail on the frizzen spring. very little in the way of machining marks anywhere. Looks like you can tell they've test fired it. There's a few marks on the frizzen. Cool. Nice little bit of machine work there. Put that back in its anti-rusting paper. Won't be needing it for a little while. Came with a pack of paperwork. NMLRA guide to muzzle loading. I didn't know that was coming with it, but seeing as how this is my first flintlock and the only other muzzle loader I've got is a cap and ball revolver, I probably will need to read through that. And a general instruction kit, or a general instruction sheet. If you are seriously considering one of these kits or have bought it, I'm sure you've looked into it a fair amount and have seen the general assembly process. From all reports, these kits are almost drop-in together. There's very little inletting. Most of the high-risk complex stuff they've taken care of for you already. So it's a kind of a nice place to start for somebody who's never built one before. Jim puts out a supplement video on this little pack of parts that came in. This is tap drill and tap for the lock bolts. Includes a drill bit adapter now to hold the 16th inch drill bit, which is nice because the 16th inch drill bit is what you need to drill through the stock into like the barrel tenons and the tenons for the trigger guard and whatnot. Didn't know that was coming. A lot of cordless drills these days won't clamp all the way down to a 16th inch, so I suspect that's why he included that. The little brass ended tube there is actually a guide that you put down through the holes in the stock, and it allows you to run a smaller drill bit down through there, and rather than using the wood as the drill bearing or the drill bushing, this acts as a drill bushing to keep you from wallering out the wood if you're not quite so capable with a drill. So I think those are nice touches. Another bag of parts. We've got a nose cap in there, ramrod pipes, side plate, triggers in there, trigger plate. We've got the spring for the patch box, a little plate of brass. I don't remember what that's for, but we'll find out. The brass parts, the ramrod pipes, actually already have slotted holes in them for the pins, so that's one of the processes you used to have to do, is when you drill your pinhole through and then you'd file those and ream them out a little bit length to length to give a little bit of longitudinal movement. They're either casting those in already or machining them in. The quality of the investment castings look really good. A little bit of mold ripple on the surface, but not so much that it won't clean up when you do the normal filing. Front sight's in there. Got some pin stock. Jim Kibler says that they use piano wire and then they temper it back a little bit to make it easier for people to cut with side cutters. I have a tendency to use 16th inch dowel pins for a variety of things, so we'll see as we go along, but I may replace this with some precision machine dowel pins just because I can and it's easy. Not sure if it's valuable or not to do that. Butt plate. This is literally the first time I'm looking at these parts. I pulled them out of the case and turned the camera back on. So Jim tells everybody that there's gates here and here that you have to file off. There's a very, very small flash line there that's incredibly tight. So whoever's doing the waxes for their investment castings got their molds tuned up pretty well. Nice faceted top. Pretty stout, probably 1/8 inch thick in general, tapers down really thin in various places. Got the dovetail in it for the patch box. trigger guard. Again, the gates have been ground off almost completely. The center one's the only one that's got any significant meat to take off. These other ones will file off in just a few strokes. This one does not have the holes for the pins yet, so we'll have to put those in as we drill through the stock. Again, finish looks really good. I'm not seeing any significant mold lines or ripples or places where there was problem with the flow. One of the things they mention in the video is these parts will occasionally need some sort of straightening. You see it's pretty long, thin, wonky part. Wouldn't be surprising for it to be a little bit warped. So we'll see when we get to fitting it in what we have to do there. And lastly, since I've never had a flintlock and I don't have any flints, I ordered a few extra flints to go with the rifle kit when they shipped it. So that's everything as it came. I am really excited to get this started. We will see how the videos progress as we go. I may go ahead and edit some of this and upload them onto YouTube. It takes a lot of time to do that. I'm always I support a lot of YouTubers. I'm always in awe at the quality of production they put up. This is going to be nothing like that. Shooting with a camera on a tripod in one corner of my workshop. This is primarily for my own giggles, maybe interest of future people. And thirdly, those of you who are waiting for a kit, if I do end up putting this up on the YouTube or Rumble or whatever it happens to be at the time, and you find this, maybe it'll give you a few minutes of something to think about while you're patiently drumming your fingers waiting for your kit. Thank you.